Hey everyone, we're taking a look at this wireframe model again. This time we're going to look at nerve plexuses and the nerves that come out of them, at least the major ones. We've seen the nerve plexuses before on a different model. For instance, this one over here or this one over here, and you can see some of them pretty clearly. This one's cool because it's more three-dimensional with this wireframe, so let's take a look. All right, first let's go over the major plexuses. The one that's most rostral, that's the cervical plexus, delivering nerves towards the head or in the upper neck region. Brachial plexus, delivering nerves to the arm. Lumbar plexus, coming out of the lumbar vertebrae, delivering to mostly the anterior leg. And then sacral plexus, coming out of the sacral foramina, delivering mostly to the posterior leg. Of course, there's some exceptions. All right, what are some of the major nerves that I'd like you to know? Coming from the cervical plexus, let's get this focus right. There we go. Coming from the cervical plexus, the one major nerve I'd like you to know is a long one. It extends down, 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 down. Here we go. So what nerve could be extending down here? It's just above, extending to above the abdominal cavity. It's the muscle between the abdominal and thoracic cavity, so it's extending to the diaphragm. This is the phrenic nerve. The phrenic nerve comes from the cervical plexus. Really important because you need it to breathe. Phrenic nerve, P-H-R-E-N-I-C. Coming off of the brachial plexus, this is a much bigger plexus, and there's a lot of nerves coming out of here. We're not going to go over all of them, but we're going to go over 5 of the major ones. Coming out of the, let me get the focus right, coming out of the brachial plexus, first one that I like you to know comes out this way and then goes down towards the shoulder armpit region. This one right here, that's the axillary nerve. Let me turn this around. What's labeled as 78. This is the axillary nerve, innervating things like your deltoid, muscles like your deltoid. Second nerve in the brachial plexus that I'd like you to know comes down a bit more superficial and lateral, and a bit anterior too. You can see that it's in front on the front part of this wire, so it's a little bit anterior. So it's labeled as 84. Sorry about this focus. There we go. This is the musculocutaneous. Musculocutaneous innervates things like your biceps brachii and brachialis. Then innervating the antebrachial region, we've got 3 major ones. This one that's most lateral, it's not this one, this is actually a branch of the musculocutaneous, but this thick one here, this thick one right here, labeled as number 99, that is on the thumb side, so this is the radial nerve. Here's the median nerve, it's in the middle, it goes through the carpal tunnel, and then pinky side, that's the ulnar. So again, radial, median, ulnar. Those are the 5 I'd like you to know from the brachial plexus. Lumbar plexus, again, we can identify it. Let me get the focus right. We can identify the lumbar plexus because it's coming out of the intervertebral foramina of the lumbar vertebrae. It's all clustered around here. There are 2 nerves that I'd like you to know that come up from the lumbar plexus. First one, we can see this nerve right here. Let me trace it. Comes down, 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 and then it goes through this hole in the coxal bone in the pelvis. This hole is the obturator foramen. So this nerve is the obturator nerve. And you can see that this nerve keeps going and goes and innervates the medial thigh, the medial femoral region. So it'll innervate things like your adductors. This nerve, whoops, This nerve right here. You can see it going through, it's going through the obturator foramen and innervates your adductors. So obturator nerve, that's one coming from the lumbar plexus. The other one that I'd like you to know, very long one, you can see labeled as 117, comes from the lumbar plexus, travels down, goes through and down the anterior portion of the leg primarily, right here. This is the femoral nerve. The femoral nerve will branch some more. We're not going to go over those branches. For instance, this one that goes all the way medially is the saphenous, but this is the femoral nerve. Femoral nerve innervates your quadriceps muscles like your rectus femoris, your vastus muscles, for instance. Okay, finally the sacral plexus. That's whatever's coming out of the sacral foramina. We'll have a better view of this in the back. We can see, here's the posterior view of our coxal bone. This big notch here, that's the sciatic notch, the greater sciatic notch. And one of these nerves, this really large, thick one, let's get the focus right. These nerves keep branching, then branch back together to form this really large nerve that came through the greater sciatic notch. This really thick one, your largest, thickest nerve, is the sciatic nerve. It goes down, 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 down. So it's innervating things like your hamstrings muscles, your biceps femoris, semitendinosus, semimembranosus. The sciatic nerve will continue and branch more, and I do want you to know two of those branches. One of those branches comes a bit more medially and posterior. This is the tibial nerve. Sciatic nerve is the thick one, we branch here. This is the tibial nerve. A bit more medial, a bit more posterior. You can see that it'll go down to the heel, towards the calcaneus. That's a tibial nerve. This other branch is going a bit more lateral, a bit more anterior. This is the common fibular. Common fibular. Tibial, common fibular. We're on the posterior side right now, so let's take a quick look at the anterior side. Excuse the focus. Come on, there we go. Here's that sciatic nerve. It's going posterior to the coxal bone. And then it branches right here. Tibial, common fibular. All right. Hopefully that helps a bit. Let me know if you have questions.